chairman of the meeting, Comrade Andre Hilton, son of the soil here in North East St. Catherine. Comrade MP Denise Daly, my friend, colleague in Parliament. Comrade Mayor, Comrade Norman Scott, all of the comrades, councillors, councillor candidates, Comrade Beverly Manley, matriarch, founder of the Women's Movement, former widow of Michael Joshua Manley, who is a historic day here in North East, Riversdale block up, PNP, come down bank to bank. Comrades, first of all I want to say what a pleasure it is and an honor for me to be here with you in North East St. Catherine. You know, this is a constituency that since 1976 is one time the PNP win it. And we were so happy to see that your candidate had the foresight and vision that on our first major public appearance here in North East on a platform like this, she chooses to honor Comrade Phyllis Mitchell in a very real way by having a beautiful citation prepared and framed to honor her. And I say, hail your candidate, hail Comrade Andre. Furthermore, what a way to start. She hasn't even been in here 6 months, and she's already establishing a constituency office for the people of this constituency. I can tell you, comrades and friends, North East St. Catherine, you have a Budonunus candidate. You have a candidate who has energy, she has vision, she is committed to the cause. And her husband is here this evening, and I want to say a special thank you to Peter, because I know that it's a big decision when a family member leaves the comfort of civilian life and steps into the arena of politics. It's not an easy thing. And I want to big him up for having the confidence to let her pursue her dream of representing you, the people of North East St. Catherine. And I know that when she is given the opportunity, she will do it to the best of her ability, and she will do it well. Now, comrades, I toured a good chunk of the constituency today, and I see the neglect of 40 years of Labour Party rule in this constituency. I drove on, I don't even know if I can call them road, some of the worst road I've ever had to drive on. The legacy of the Labour Party in this constituency is a disgrace. And comrades, I can tell you this, the next election, the next general election is going to be the best chance in a very long time for us to return North East St. Catherine to the columns of the People's National Party. Why do I say that? First of all, you have a great candidate, an energizer, a visionary, a committed and intelligent woman who will represent you well. You have 3 councillor candidates who are experienced politicians who know the work and are working together as a team to deliver the victory. And if it's local government first, which it may well be, we have to put out every effort to deliver the 3 divisions of North East to the People's National Party. These local government elections are not any simple thing. We have to establish in the minds of Jamaicans that there is hope, that the People's National Party is back and is raring to go to defend them and to defend the interests of the people. So I want each and every one of you who have come out here tonight, who are standing here in this light rain, to Commit yourselves to doing the necessary work to ensure that victory. Don't take anything for granted, comrades. Yes, we are winning, but we don't win yet. And it's going to take hard work. It's going to take dedication. It's going to take going on the ground and meeting the people. When I stopped and met the people today, some of them were saying, boy, them feel neglected. And I said to them, don't use what has happened before to destroy the future we're trying to build. If you feel a way about the past, draw a line and say, we're coming back together as People's National Party, as a family, to move forward together for a better future. You have some who say, last time, say them not voting. Whether it's COVID or whether it's bad feelings about something or someone, I don't know. But you see where it leaves us. With us 14 out of 63 in Parliament and a Labour Party government that has now been in power for 7 years. We have a Prime Minister and a government led by him that him give the teachers 20% when so much teachers are migrating from the country and the education system is in crisis. He give the teachers 20% and after him bully them and his Minister of Finance bully them into signing off within a month. Him give himself 300% and his minister nearly 300%. We have a Prime Minister who for 2 years now can't have his Integrity Commission filing his declaration of assets and liabilities certified. It is not a good look. How can the country be led by somebody who can achieve that basic standard of integrity and transparency in his own affairs? It's not a good look. Up to yesterday, we heard that the Jamaica Labour Party government did not present itself at the United Nations to vote in favor of a resolution supporting the Palestinian people in their struggle, in the humanitarian catastrophe unfolding on them in Gaza. And I say shame on the Jamaica Labour Party government for that. You turned your back on Venezuela when Venezuela has been the most generous country in terms of support for Jamaica through the Petro-Caribbean Accord. And now that America is freeing up the thing for Venezuela again, Jamaica out in the cold. And you turn your back on the Palestinian people as well. And one wrong followed by another wrong. Two wrong don't make a right. And we can't support the collective agony being visited on the Palestinian people by Israel at this time. Jamaica should have been present to show the Palestinian and the world that we support justice. And by them not being present, it was a disgrace and a blot on our national record, our foreign policy record of this country. Comrades, I'm not going to talk for long because it's raining, and all I will say to you is this. Comrade Chambers said he wants me to commit. And I say to you, deliver the 3 divisions in the local government to the People's National Party. And when the general come, deliver North East St. Catherine to the People's National Party, because that will ensure the victory for our party, and we will form government, and I will repay the work that you have put in to deliver North East for us so that we can form government. We will not ignore that. We will not forsake you. We will ensure that there is development in this constituency, as we did when Phyllis Mitchell was a member of Parliament.
In the news today, a teenage boy was shot in a drive-by shooting while reading a book.
So comrades, I am going to wrap up now so we can go and open the constituency office and seal what has been a wonderful day for North East St. Catherine, a new day for the People's National Party in North East St. Catherine. I know each and every one of you feels energized like your energized candidate. Each and every one of you feels inspired national candidate. I know each and every one of you are looking forward to putting in the work, because it is the work that is going to provide us with the victory that will deliver our People's National Party MP and councillors for you, so that your lives will be better, your children's lives will be better, and the future will be assured. Power to the people, I say. Power to the people, I say. Power to the people.
Youth support here this evening. How do you feel about this? I call it a historical years now since our office has not been in this year.
I feel elated, I feel great, and I feel confident. I think we have a wonderful candidate here in Andreen Higgins, and she's started very well. You know, opening a constituency office, that's an historic achievement in this constituency, and I'm sure the people will see how serious she is about representing them well, because she's put her resources behind getting this place to where it is now. And I think it's a wonderful start. And she also honored the only PNP MP in recent times who has won this seat, Phyllis Mitchell, and she gave a beautiful citation to Phyllis as really the first public act that she's done as an incoming candidate. I think it augurs very well for the future, and I believe that the PNP in this constituency see hope again, and I believe they're going to come out in their numbers and support us, whether it be local government or general.
What is the advantage and the disadvantage, not to have an office and no have an office, in the area?
Well, if you don't have an office, you don't have a place where people can come and make appointments to see you. And I think it shows a permanence and a stability of representation when you have an office. And you can use it for a variety of important things to defend the interests of the people. So it's really a symbolic but also very practical manifestation of her commitment to serve the people well. And as I said, I think it's a wonderful start to her tenure, and I look forward to her being in Garden House, because I know she will represent the people with courage and with determination and great passion when she's there.
Is it the PNP position leader that there should be support for the Palestinian people?
Oh, yes, of course. We have always supported the struggle of the Palestinian people. And that is not because we're anti-Israel. We're not anti-Israel. We recognize Israel's right to exist, but the way in which the Palestinians have been treated in that part of the world is absolutely terrible. And they have had to be moved off their lands, and even lands that were supposed to be allocated to them as part of the two-state solution. Israel has been intent in settling people there, and those settlers have committed all sorts of violent acts against the Palestinian population. And in Gaza, which is a crammed 2 million people in a very small space of time, the living conditions are terrible. And now they're going through the most horrific experience of bombing. And you see, listen, I'm all in favor of Israel defending themselves. What happened on the 7th of October was an atrocious act, a despicable act of violence against civilians, and we condemn it to the max. But the response must be proportionate, and it must be tailored and targeted at the wrongdoers, not at the civilian population of Palestine. We do not support what is happening there now. Thousands of children are being killed in those airstrikes, and the conditions of life with the blockade, so there's no electricity, there's no water, food isn't going in there. I mean, this is totally wrong. And I really just feel that for Jamaica not to have voted in support of that resolution today is a very shameful day for our country. As a Jamaican, I feel not only disappointed, I feel embarrassed that our country would take themselves away from that. And I don't accept the excuses of the minister. They deliberately absented themselves from the UN Assembly, and so they didn't vote for it. And it's an awful, awful thing that has happened.
How you think this will, affect Jamaica? How you think this will affect, Jamaica, reputation international-wise,
Well, the vast majority of the country of the world supported the resolution. So Jamaica, which has always played a prominent role on the world stage for a small country like us, we led the fight against apartheid. From Daddy Manley's time, we were the first country in the Western Hemisphere to impose a boycott on apartheid South Africa. And in the Michael Manley era, he was fully supportive of the struggle to rid South Africa of apartheid, the struggle for independence in Zimbabwe, which was then Rhodesia. So we have a long history of supporting movements that are seeking to manage their own affairs. And you know, the Palestinians have that right too. And so, from my point of view, what has happened today is not going to make us look anything other than like a country that has lost its way. I think a lot of Jamaicans are very disappointed and feel shame by what has happened, quite frankly. And I don't know, I mean, the government has to do something about it. They have to redeem our image by doing the right thing.
The fact that this area has always been neglected where roads are concerned. I know you took the leader around today and you have seen some of these things.
Yes.
Do you think that a PNP administration will be able to deal with some of the issues where roads and water is concerned? Because this has been a long-standing thing, as you know, and it has not been addressed in many years, many decades. So do you think a PNP administration will be able to deal with it?
As you might have heard when the leader spoke, he gave his commitment that once we are back in power, which I do believe we will be, that he will definitely give some focus to Northeast. Earlier on in my speech, I mentioned that I have walked the length and breadth of this constituency, and the last time they saw any real changes where infrastructure is concerned, especially water and roads, was when PNP was in power under Phyllis Mitchell. So I would say giving back the PNP, the People's National Party, the opportunity to take back the seat of Northeast St. Catherine, they will see good results. Give us the opportunity and you will see it happen.
Water being a crucial issue. There are a lot of water systems.
I think the issue that we have is not so much of a water issue, we have a water management issue. And I do think that our party, especially our leader, our Prime Minister in waiting, when he becomes the Prime Minister, will be focused, because I think the problem that we've had, especially where the water is concerned, it's not we're not dealing with it on a focus. We just piecemeal. Our administration, when we return to power, the next general election will ensure that water, in especially Northeast, that it has been so crucial over the years, where it is missing, we will ensure that we put the proper management in place. Because as you say, I come here every day and rainfall every day. So we are not managing the water issue properly to ensure that our people get water in their pipes. Portable water is something that each and every household should have, and I can tell you that we will ensure that that happens over time.
And leader, from your journey through the constituency,
Yeah.
yes, the final question.